Hello everybody and welcome to Eddzshed. Today we're going to be taking a look at how to run Ascalonian Catacombs Path 2 in Guild Wars 2. You'll be able to see some footage in this video of me actually running the path, and hopefully I'll be able to shed some insight over the top of it as to what's actually going on and some of the key points that you need to bear in mind. Some of the more straightforward bits like the running, I'll probably skip or fast forward for you just so you've got a brief idea of where you're going, but that's usually pretty much self-explanatory. This particular group I am running with just some random people. I'm on my engineer, which is my main, and as you can see now, they've already beaten the first thing by the door, and we're just heading straight in. I know that this path went really well for us when we run it the other night. So this is quite a good one to show you sort of the textbook how it should happen. Although I think I still managed to go down because I failed miserably at one point or another. But we'll dust over that bit. And as I say, I've ran this many times, and I've got far too many Ascalon tokens now, and with nothing to spend them on. But I'm sure someday they'll be worth something. Be able to get some good armour with them. Let's be honest, the Ascalon armour's crap. Right, so here we are. The first thing you're going to note there is we didn't run straight down, we jumped onto that little piece of wall there. I've now whipped out my mortar, which is now a kit as opposed to an actual static item you put down, and we're going to destroy some turrets along the walls of this area that would otherwise breathe flames and throw fireballs at you. The gargoyles' heads, as you can see me doing there. The camera angle here is a bit of a nightmare. It is just a bit of a nightmare, let's be honest. They didn't design it, or didn't design this dungeon for you to stand there, but nevertheless that's the best way to do it. So yeah, you can see it's just, well, you can see a lot of people just standing there doing nothing while I'm blowing them to pieces. I think yeah, well, we do have a mesmer, but the others are mainly melee classes, and I'm certain they're all in melee builds. Right, so we've jumped down now. You have to jump down at some points. These little spiders, they are invulnerable if you remain up there. Something you will notice if you look at my skills as well is I'm actually using the Medipack, and that was purely because I was just looking at my skills prior to doing this video, and this is actually one of the main reasons I go down, I think, in a minute. Because simply I cannot heal myself. I don't have my my usual healing skill on. Right, so we've got this giant spider here that's now appeared. Now this spider will actually freeze you in place, and then it does lots and lots of AoE damage. If you keep moving around it, you could, and if you are spec to fight melee, what you want to do is wait until it pulls back to breathe out its webs. And at that point you want to roll through it, you want to dodge roll through it. If you've got it on double tap, it's quite easy, just double tap, you'll go straight through it. And it will avoid you. Or you will avoid it, I should say. Yeah, I think in a minute I don't listen to the advice I've just given you guys. I stand still, and then oh, I didn't go down in this run, it must be the next one that happens in Path 2. Which if you subscribe you'll be able to see. So subscribe to see me, to witness me failing. I'm running around, I'm collecting some of those, I'm trying to kill this thing. I'm seeing if, I think at this point I'm just testing my healing skill. Dungeon's perhaps not the best place, I've swapped it out there to my preferred one. So right, this next bit, you can see where they're all stacking here. You do just want to stack and wait for some of the skelk things to get a lot closer down. Sure it's skelk, or it might be gravelings actually that come down. I can't quite remember the name. I know how to kill them, I don't remember their name though. I've switched out here to my grenades. You're probably not overly interested in my particular tactics unless you are an engineer. But basically I would usually... I usually wouldn't have my flamethrower on. I'd usually actually have my bomb kit. And you can do... I'd go for burst damage, so bombs, grenades and everything. But it's the same rules for anybody else. You want burst damage here because the main champion will be summoning other allies, so you want to try and kill it quickly. Oh, I'm saying summoning other allies. I'm talking about a different one actually. But nevertheless, you want to kill them quickly. You want burst damage. It's the easiest way to do it. This next bit, you got some traps on the floor. You can time it right, but these aren't as deadly as they used to be. So if you're careful and you can dodge all through them, your team will get past them pretty easily. So yeah, usually if I was an engineer, unless you're an engineer, it's not a huge importance to what skills I'm using. But as I say, I would use a bomb kit instead of a flamethrower. Right, this next bit, you're going to stack here, as you can see, just by the pillar, and you're going to wait for him to get right over to you, and then once again, the same tactics as before. Burst damage. You want to get him down as quickly as possible. This fight can be challenging if you get knocked out from the area where you're stacked. But if you're in there, it's also very difficult to see, as you can tell, when he's doing certain attacks. But you will get a feel for when he's going to do certain things, and you can dodge roll out of them or do some other nifty stuff to prevent him from actually hitting you. But he goes down pretty quickly, as you can tell on this one. So once again, you can see me just collecting some loot. We're going to come over here and grab this chest. Now on path 1, you're going to run down in this direction, as you can see. Now, many people run path 1 as it's quite easy. It used to be an absolute nightmare, this bit. But it goes through without a hitch now. I don't know if I was just with a particularly good party. If I was, thank you very much for everybody that was running it with me. But equally, they might have made it significantly easier. This bit, you're going to help Hodgins, I think is the way you pronounce his name, find some scepters. But you've got to basically just protect him. This is just a protect the NPC type style bit. And there'll be lots of gravelling burrows appearing, and you'll want to kill them pretty quickly. Also, you can see that Hodgins, we haven't done a very good job of protecting him this far. Somebody's had to go back to just res him. Right, so we're back. I'll probably just cut out that last bit. As you can see, I've now swapped out, so I have got my bomb kit on as well. And it's very good at bomb kit. Grenades here are you'll get everything to attack you, and then if you're using the new skill Orbital Strike as a engineer, and I'm getting too into depth, aren't I, with the engineer skills. Basically, you want burst damage again. AoE burst damage. It will keep all of the aggro on you and will allow you to destroy those burrows with anything running off to kill Hodgins, so just AoE damage regardless of what class you're playing. While engineers can be quite squishy, as we're about to see, this is the bit I go down on. If you're playing something like a Guardian, it's very easy for you to jump in here with a greatsword, and keep all the aggro on you with the I can't remember the name of the skill. The like whirlwind sword type thing. Also, warriors are very good for it as well. Jumping right in and keeping everything focused around them. So yeah, I've let the party down a bit here, but it's all right. We do succeed this one. We've only got one more burrow left. There we go. And thankfully, my party aren't too disappointed in me, and they do come back now to save me. You know, I was very lucky having a nice team here. Other people get your ear chewed off for going down like this, especially on what is now quite an easy section. Right, I'm not going to show you this on my footage, but somebody has ran down in there, where Hodgins is, and it is climbing up sort of a little jumping puzzle, and will retrieve the scepter that Hodgins is after. So, if you ever need to do that, if other people in your party aren't doing this, that's how you go about it. That was me caught doing a bit of inventory management when I should have been waypointing, but I quickly caught up. Through the section that I'm about to run through, my party's pretty much already done it. Regardless of which path you run in, this is pretty much always a skip, although I think on path 3 you enter from a different direction and you have to do some stuff in here. But so it's certainly on path 1, and I think on path 2 as well, you go through this section and you're just skipping it. So I think we're actually coming pretty near the end for this one now. That could be wishful thinking. Right, yeah, this bit now that we're coming up to, you've got to find some scepter pieces. Once again, I'm just standing in the background. There is somebody else that's ran up them steps that Hodgins has just run back from, and he will now go and collect the scepter pieces. It's easier if just one person does it. If you really need to see that footage, please let me know in the comments below, and I can put something together to show you how to find them. But it's a lot easier if just one person does it, so I've elected to stay out of it. Right, so we've now got all of the scepter pieces. Hodgins is going to do a bit of whatever he has to do. There is a slime, I think, coming down here, which we'll end up killing. There's just the one. You've just got to be careful. Some mobs will follow you a lot further than others for reasons that, you know, I'm not entirely sure of. I'm not sure why I'm just standing here in the footage. I'm glad the Mesmer at least realised, oh, we should be doing something over this. But hey, things happen. No harm done. We killed it pretty easily. It was only an elite. Right, okay, so we're now back on the move again. We're running down this area. You'll need to speak to Hodgins so that the person who's just gone and collected the scepter pieces can actually waypoint back to you. You know, that's it's quite important to do. You know, you want to help them out. You can also see there that I've just failed miserably at leaping onto another ledge. Now, I believe that the party that I'm with here now doesn't really use the ledge as you would normally, where you're gonna pull everything in below you and then jump down. We jump down a bit quick, and we just try and run past them. So I think one of our party members also go down in this section. It was very poorly timed, this. Ideally in these situations you do want to run as a group. This isn't the well polished bit I would have liked to show you. Also, apologies because I do manage to run off down. Yeah, that's the guy that goes down. He will eventually make it back to us. Every man for himself at this point, though, as I don't want to go down trying to help him up. As I say, I've now taken the wrong turn. It's not a huge problem. I can zig and zag here a bit and dodge roll through them. One of the most important tools when you are skipping things is your dodge ability. If you're watching this, there's a good chance you don't have much experience with dungeons at all, and certainly when you get to like a Ra, you would spend 4 hours doing a Ra if you had to kill every single mob in it. So you do want to learn how to skip well, and one of the most important things is the dodge roll. If you've got a thief and you've got stealth abilities, etc., that's brilliant. You can just walk past them, but for most players, you will have to dodge roll. So here we're now just going to have to wait for the other member of the team to catch up. Okay, excellent. So everybody's now back here. We are on the move again. We're going to jump down this way, and we're going to stack in this corner. except we're not going to stack in this corner because it turns out that actually happens on path 3. Nevertheless, you can stack there. These guys decided not to, which is fine. You can very easily kite this boss around and finish him sort of the good old-fashioned way. Most people will insist on stacking, despite the fact that they know very little about the actual mechanics of these bosses, and can quite often end up getting themselves killed by doing that. This guy's got a big frontal cone attack, and I think I fall victim to it. You can tell I'm a little bit out of practice here. Or maybe not. Maybe I do get through this unscathed. Yes, I do. That's nice and easy. As I say, nothing too challenging with that, and that's the dungeon over. That is Path 1 complete. So I hope you've liked it. Please do subscribe, and it's actually this exact same party that I do my video on Path 2 with. So if you subscribe, hopefully my Path 2 video will be up by the time you want to watch it. And yeah, do check it out. Like, favourite, subscribe, share. Excellent. See you later.